day with all the things that went wrong. I couldn't believe it. The next moment there was no sound. Everybody came across, logged in, and there was no sound. Right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Right, ladies, welcome, and thank you for all the madness that went on tonight with all these technology things that doesn't want to work the way we want them. We're going to play with part 2 of the studio design that we did earlier, that I did earlier in the month and uploaded for you. And I'm just going to go over to 3D view so that we can have a look and see what we did there. We started off with a light green, did the light green area, and then after that went and did the outline around it, and then actually did a connection stitch to the next green leaf, did the outline stitch and went around. I did a test in the last month with 2 machines working exactly at the same speed, the one doing trimming and the one doing with no trimming. And on a design of about 15,000 stitches, you lose about 3 minutes if you don't have, if you have the connection stitches, and you know, when your machine cuts and trims and then start on the new place, you lose quite a few minutes in total, because if it's finished and it's carry on running and just carry on stitching to the next leaf, there's no need for the machine to basically stop, cut, trim, and then restart. Any of you had similar experiences? Am I? I'm not alone on the call, am I?
I can hear you.
I now hear you now.
Okay. Sorry. Was I gone for a second there?
Yes.
All right. I've just said that when you do your designs with a connection stitch, especially if you can have an area that goes over this connection stitch, it saves a lot of time in your on the embroidery side. Because for the machine to cut and trim and then go over and start again and then pick up speed and cut and trim when it's finished, you might lose at least 3 to 5 minutes on a fairly big design in stitching time. So if you can, it's better to have a connection stitch as long as you can hide it underneath something else. All right, so I'm going to go over now to normal view. And we're going to start. If there's anything, if you can't hear me for any reason, please immediately just shout from your side that I can hear and I can stop. Right, we've stopped there. The last thing I did was the green leaves. So now when I'm going to go over, and that's too much. Go over to the browns, and we're going to start on the browns with the outside pebbles of this flower at the left bottom area. And I'm going to select my color there. And because I'm going to work underneath the second layer there, I will start off with selecting my normal fill tool. Just zoom into the area there. And Betty, this is what you would love to see, is you would actually love to have the connection area a little bit overlapping. Change that to a curve and then go around, go back, bring that out there. I've just installed version 2008 8.4 yesterday as well. The newest of Marta one that was just uploaded from the Embed website, as well as Studio, because Studio has now changed as well. Okay, generate stitches. That's done. Let's just go and do change. Why do you think I change my parameters not to work on 0? The angle, the stitching angle. Come, ladies, I would like some comment, please.
You mean in this particular design
No,
or in general?
in general, yeah. In general, I prefer not to work on 0 or 90 degrees with any full area.
To give it some detail.
It does. The other thing that you must remember is your fabric that you're embroidering on is 90% of the time weaved on 0 and 90 or 90 degrees.
Mm.
So your pull on your fabric will be more if you do the pull with the weave of the fabric. So by changing it just slightly off, it does give you a better embroidery feature there. Okay, let's go and generate stitches there. That's fine. From there, again, I'm going to create my outline directly while I'm here. So use the convert section at the top of the screen. And then go to convert, create outline from full. And immediately go and change your parameters for that full to red work. And again go to minimum length, stitch length. And I change my minimum stitch length to 0.5, which is the smallest that we possibly can. And the reason for that is because if you have small areas and small corners that needs to move around, if your stitch length is too wide, it'll have an ugly jump there, not a nice smooth corner around the edge there. So I change that in there, and then go through to generate stitches. Everybody can see my parameter screen now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
I need to just double check there because my icon doesn't show me whether you can see it or not. Right, and then from there we're now going to move over and use the connection stitch, and the connection stitch on the tools icon on the left hand side is the little one just below the open curve, second one below open curve. I'm going to go down there, click on that, and then from there just move around to the starting of the next area. Important thing again, like I said in the first video, when you're in this mode you sometimes forget that you are actually using a connection stitch, and you might just go on and finish the whole design, and when you're finished you can't find your stitches. So remember, when you've done your connection, click generate stitches, stop that, and then go back to your full stitch and work from there with your full stitch. This little green dots here, I would like to do them with candle wicking to give it a little bit of extra detail in the design. So when we get there I'll show you. We're going to do that in candle wicking. Close edges, and I need to insert. I'm going to insert another node there. Just go and insert a node there, that's fine, and just move that around and go generate stitches. Right, 15, that's fine. There we go, and underlay is fine. Generate stitches, that's done. And then from there I'm going to go over to the next, no, it's the wrong one, wrong tool. Let's go back, there we go. Bring that line in there, and in this case, because I'm going to do that in candle wicking, I would like to bring this section in, insert another node there, bring that in underneath so that there's not a lot of it visible. Okay, generate stitches. It's done. Go over. Yeah, Betty, I started with digitizing when we still had 3 colors. Like in your blues, you had your light blue, your blue, and your dark blue, and that was all. So in each color there was only 3 colors. Nowadays the computer and the software actually picks up all the different colors that there is. So if you make a slight change in your RGB, then you've got a problem. Change that. Generate stitches there. Okay, convert outline from full. It's done. Parameters, and I'm just going to go over to that. 5. Am I going too fast?
No.
No.
Okay, it's so quiet, you know, it feels as if you guys have left me somewhere. Right. So
Someone's falling asleep.
in the process, then we'll do the one side of that leaves going around all the way to the bottom, and then come back and from there do the other side of the leaves in another shade of red, and then come back and do this portion here, the portion where I'm going to do the candle wicking now. And this candle wicking, I would like to do it in different sizes. So I'm going to start off from the side and do a candle wicking section and put one candle wick in there and just change that size until I'm quite happy with that. You happy? You understand the process of the leaves and the pebbles of the leaf at the bottom?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to spend too much time on that. I'd rather go over it. So
No.
once we've covered that area, and I'm not going to do any black shading. I hate these black outlines around the design. That's my personal opinion. There is a place for black outlines. But if you work with flowers and stuff, they don't have black outlines. And in nature, they just don't have that feature around it. It doesn't look like a color. It looks like a coloring book sometimes for me. So I would rather use that. And
Cartoon.
yeah. Yeah, and at some stage when you play with your outlines and you create your own outline that you can work with, you know, you've got that 5 sections where you can create your own outline types. That becomes nicer to start using those as in an outline than to go and use a normal black outline on something. Right, so from here, if I've done all the way to the bottom, come back to the top, and then I will move in. So I can put that in now, and I'll just go and push that section in. I will use the open curve tool on the left hand side, and then go and select my tools there. Just go from there to there, generate stitches, then go back to parameters, and now in parameters I'm going to go and select my connection stitch, which is my candle wicking stitch there, candle wicking stitch number 2. You should see it on the screen now. Candle wicking stitch. There's candle wicking 1, 2, and then A and B. I'm going to use candle wicking stitch number 2. Set that up, and then just go and say, right, the width of that is 6. I'm going to reduce that to about a 4. That's fine. Go and use, say, generate stitches. I'd like to go and look in 3D quickly what it looks like.
Now will that just do one little puff?
Just
one little candle wick?
That's it. Just the one. And I just want to go and change that color to a olive green. And then I'm going to go and do the next one. So because I want to change the sizes of them. Remember, if we look at the drawing, that first 2 is their small ones. They get bigger right into the middle where the biggest one is, and then they start glowing smaller again on the side. So if I'm going to start from the first one going right across, I won't be able to do that. So with this, I'm just going to work in sections of 2 max, and just do 2 candle wicks at a time.
And you control how many?
Yeah, by moving the line like I'm doing now. I've just got the line there. That's two dots there, and then go to generate stitches, and then go back to. I need to change my stitch color here. Let's change it. Okay, then go to parameters, and when I go to parameters now, in parameters I'm going to control the width of it, and I'm going to control the spacing of it as well. So you can actually digitize only one little knot. Or they call it French knots, I think. One knot, and then the last ones that I did.
Got an elaborate French knot.
Last one I think was 4, so I'm going to go now to a 5 and apply that, and then just go back and just move that whole design there. Cross those 2 there. If I go to 3D, you'll see that, okay, I think they're a little bit too big, so I might need to go and make those, move those just a bit out. And I need to cover my underlaying stitches from my leaves. I need to cover that. So there we go. There's the first two, then the second two. And now I'm going to go and start with the third lot there. Select, go from there to there. Parameters, go back, change parameters to candle wicking there, and then that's 6, another one was 5, so that's 100%, I'm happy with that. Generate stitches, and just go back to 3D. The best is to check them in 3D to see if they can fit there or not. They're a little bit too big. I would like to reduce them. I think I'm going to go down for a 5.5 there. Go down to a 5.5. Right, let's go back and have a look now. And then the middle one, the biggest one there, can be a 6. Yep. Let's go and do that one as a 6.
So it's just trial and error.
That's it, because you need to zoom back. Because remember, in the picture now, we've got all this black here. But I don't want to put the black down there. I'm going to put leaves and colors down there, and we're going to put the stitching over it. So if I'm finished with it and I'm happy that there's nothing sticking out, it's going to be fine. But making it too big, and I can't control, I can't go and set different sizes, so I need to do one at a time. There's another 3 to go, and then we can have that design. Where is that candle wicking 2? 6, I'm going to go 6.2, 6.3. Generate stitches, that will be the biggest one, and then I can go and do the last 2. I can actually go and copy those 2 there. Just go and fetch them, those 2 there. Create a duplicate, apply to duplicate. Just go to the transformation icon, click that, and then go and apply to duplicate, which created a new duplicate for me. Take that duplicate and just move it to the bottom end here. Come on. And I just need to go and edit that and just rotate the angle so that they are actually shaped in the right direction. Generate stitches. And I need one more parameter. So I'm going to be a bit lazy now and go and extend that line over those. Generate stitches. No, it's not going to do the job for me. Okay. Go to edit. You see that the distance now is too far apart. So I need to move that closer. And then just move that bit out. This chappy there. Oh, come on. Okay, Virginia has just joined us. Candace has just joined us. Going to zoom out, it's fine. Let's bring that in and go to generate stitches. Okay, now if we go back to, let me just see if I must check there's nothing, everything is fine there. Right. Right, so the candle wicking is done. So we've done candle wicking on that area in total. Complete area now there. If I go to 3D view, you'll see that the candle wicking is basically running then from the top to the bottom. And I can hide my underlays for the leaves underneath this candle wicking area. Okay. Let's go through to normal view. My next color would then be the yellow section here, and I need to do that color there. Let's just go there. Right, so I'm going to change my color to yellow. Right click, I would like to go for a golden yellow, and in my color bar I'm just going to change my color there to something that I would rather use than just a plain yellow. Okay, it's done. Go back to normal full. And Betty, this is where I will go and do that overlap area for this section. And although my edges is a little bit jerky there on the side, I'll rather go and work with what I would like to have there than to go exactly according to the graphics. So your graphics should never control what you want to do with your design. I'm going to go over the stitch and just move the yellow in underneath that. Close edges. Parameters is fine, I'm happy with that. General stitches. Go back to parameters. And in this case I'm going to go a little bit off and change my fold type to a random 4, 5. Where's that random 5? Random 5, come on. Fold type 4. Fold type 5, sorry. Fold type 5, not random 5. And go and generate stitches. And then I'll move in by just holding the right portion of the mouse and just moving it up. So I'm going to move item number 15 into position number 10. And if I go to 3D, that would show that my candle wicking is actually on top of that yellow area there. Betty, does that fit in with what you were taught?
Well, not exactly. Like where the buttercup yellow is above the yellow, that's where it would go in there first. But no, I like the way that you've done it going underneath the candle wicking.
Yeah.
Then doing the candle wicking on top of it.
Yeah. You know, the nice part with our program, the older programs in the beginning didn't have the option to move your objects around. The way that you digitize it, that was the way it was stitched out. So nowadays you can actually jippo it in the sense that you can do certain things and then rearrange later. So the possibility is there.
It's wonderful.
I'm just looking now on this object item number 6, and I forgot to do the outline for it. So I can go back to object number 6 now, go and click on it, convert, create outline from full. That will be number 16 then, once I've done that. And then go and change that parameters. Back to red work, back to 0.5, that is fine, and then to 3. And then go generate stitches. And then just take 16 and move it in to position number 7 by right-clicking, holding your mouse down, and just moving it up into position number 7. It's immediately in place and it's there. So we haven't changed any of the features in the program. So that's the benefit of having that done there. Right, if we go and look at our picture now, the next part of the petals that we need to do is from yellow to go, and it's from yellow to this brown area here. We'll have a color jump, and a color jump is one of those jump stitches. If you go and have a look at your jump stitch or show an eye jump stitch icon at the top, if I just go to 3D view and then just zoom a little bit out and click on that, it normally shows up as a red sign. Let me just show you that red stitches there. And if you've done any design, you picked up any design from anybody, and you just go and put your jump stitches in, you can see how many designs is there. From this green leaf here, if you can see that, the last green leaf that we did, there's a jump stitch over to the red. You see that, where the mouse is now? Okay.
Yes, I see it.
Okay. Judy, do you see that as well? This section here?
Yep.
Okay, so that red there is actually not a jump, it's a color change. So therefore you should have those there, but they must have some type of logic in it. And the logic in the process there is that stitch is a jump, but it's actually a color change. The same with the brown through to the yellow, which is that one down at the bottom there. And to fix that up, if I had to fix that and move it in underneath here, I'm going to show you how to do that. And then from there to that one there, we're going to put that other item in and put a connection stitch in there. So from the last brown in my object bar, item number 10, to the yellow, which is object number 11, if I need to have a connection stitch in between those two, you just go and stand on object number 11, right click on it, and go and say create a connection stitch. And that will immediately go and create that item number 11, which is a connection stitch. If this was a normal stitch and not a color change, you can go back and edit that and then move that stitch in underneath your stitching. Right click and generate stitches, and then it'll be gone.
Did you move it underneath the stitches, or
Yeah.
it moved itself?
I've clicked. I went and create the connection stitch, which is our object
Right.
number 11 on the side, which is the starting
Right.
point of the yellow and the ending point of the brown. It's between those two where that stitch was. And then I also went and edit that stitch and then pulled that in underneath the yellow area, so that it's hidden.
Okay.
It's hidden now.
You
so
pulled it.
I went and pulled it in there. So I'm going to do the same now with this little one, the one from the yellow going through to the first candle weakening stitch. In other words, between object number 12 and object number 13. I'm going and stand on object number 13, right click with the mouse. Okay. And if I go and look at my drop down menu, just below the select style area, there's a create connection. Go and click on the create connection. And immediately it will change that stitch to a yellow stitch, because remember that stitch belongs to the yellow part. So that stitch now, if I go and highlight that, just tell me when you see that little the item on the screen. I don't know how fast the screen is tonight. Then go and right click on it and go into edit. And you see there's the two notes. That's the starting note at the bottom and the new note at the top. I just take that little round circle there and pull that. If I pull it underneath, will it work?
Should.
No, it's not going to work. And the reason why it's not going to work is because it's done after the yellow area. So if I do that and I'm going to pull it, it'll actually stitch. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to leave it there and just go and generate stitches, and I'll zoom in and you'll actually see that there the stitching is there. Let me just change that stitch to another color so that you can actually see that color there.
Oh. So you should change the color.
No, I shouldn't change the color, but I would just want to change the color so that you can see what happened with it now. So this blue line that I've got here is actually the yellow, the end of the yellow there, and it should be going the opposite direction so that I can actually cover that connection stitch with something else. Okay, so I'm going to change, just go and do undo there, and just go and click edit, and just move it to the opposite way so that I can cover that with the flowers that we're going to cover over that area there. Generate stitches. Right, let me go back to our picture. Right, from the last brown, the last stitch there, I'm going to go over from there to the brown. So now I'm going into that orangey color there. There we go. And then start off with the petals on the leaf there. The outside one, starting on the outside one, the best part is I can start anywhere. So let me go and show you that, and then go and change your start and end points for a full object. Full objects have got start and end points, so you can start with it at anywhere where you want to, and then at a later stage edit that and go and move those start and end points. Go down around the bend here. Let's go down there, move that little bit in. Too close. Right, close edges, that's fine. And then if I go and generate stitches, it's done. It's there. The problem now is I need to go from this area to the second one, and my starting and ending point is exactly in the same spot. So I would like to change that, and the way I'm going to change that, and for this leaf to have that round effect, the petal is going around, this old flower is round. I'm going to go and use, on parameters, I'm going to go and use effects. So please shout from the other side when your parameter screen is up and you can see that. Candy, are you on light?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so now I go to effects, and in effects I'm going to go and change that to wave, and I'm going to move that wave area up on the sides, on the two ends on the side there, that little control panel there next to the wave effect. Change that, and I can actually push that up a little bit more. And the angle is 20. Let's change that a little bit there. Right, and I'm going to change that to full type 2. Underlaying is fine, generate stitches. And just go and check what my 3D looks like. No, that's not what I want with it. So in 3D I've got a better view on what that looked like. -2 degrees. Change that there. Generate stitches. Yep.
That's, yeah.
Much better than the previous one, eh? Right. Now you can if you look at the red line going there, the starting and the ending point is there. I want to do the second pebble on this side, but my end point is there. So let me go and do it, and then go and just show you how to change the start and end point between the two items to have your connection there. I'm going to go back to normal stitch, using parameters the same color, starting from there. And Betty, here's where the old school comes in. Now we need to go in and zoom in as close as we can and get them actually a little bit overlapping there, a little bit on the previous color, the previous section that was there. There we go. sometimes I tend to talk to myself when I'm working and digitizing, and then people answer me, and it might be a joke, but it comes from the old programming days when you start talking to yourself to make sure that you are doing what you were supposed to do. Right, let's go around there. Audio quality, what's wrong with the audio quality? Is something wrong with the audio quality?
Nope, not here.
Okay, that's fine.
The video is very slow today.
No, that's why I said to you, you must please let me know from your side if there's anything that is crazy. With all the stuff that we had today, it is possible that we could just have this. Did you say it takes a while to change over from what I'm doing until you can see that? Okay, I've done everything. Right click.
In the past, it's been almost instant. Today, it's
Yeah,
very slow.
Yeah, was it Tuesday's class? It was like immediately. Parameters.
It was great.
Go and change that. Put wave on again. Put that up so that we've got that there. Okay, that's fine. We change that to object number 2. Generate stitches. And let's just go to 3D and have a look at 3D. Three D view visible at this point?
No?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, let's just wait for it because I need to show
Yeah.
you.
Here.
Yes.
Okay. If you have a look now on the 3D, the jump, there's a jump stitch from that area there going over to the second object. And for me to stop that jump, I can now go and edit the first area that we did and put a end point in where the two areas touch, and then start the second one starting point on that line there. So I'm going to select the first item, go to edit mode, and then use a node on the side and right click on that node, and I'm waiting for the screen to change so that you can see the screen that pops up, and there's a place full endpoint here. In other words, by default, when you start from one side and you stop there, the start and endpoint will be exactly on the same node, but you can rearrange your endpoints. So is the screen ready yet? Can you see the pop-up screen?
Yeah, place fill endpoint here.
Place full endpoint here. That's where we want to go now. So I'm going to put the endpoint there, and then just go and generate stitches. And then the second item, I'm going to go and edit, and go and put exactly that start point for the second one on top of the end point of the previous one.
I'll have to leave, so thank you.
Okay, Betty.
Was that Betty? Bye.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was Betty that was leaving now. And then put the end point into the next area there, and then generate stitches. It does not make a difference to your parameters, the way that your area is stitching and all that, but it does make a difference in the sense that you do not have a jump stitch when you can have your connection stitches, the starting one and the ending one, right on top of one another.
All right.
Okay, now
Very interesting.
let's go over, and now I'm going to go to the third area there. Set that up from there, and I've started somewhere here, so let's just go. And again, if you zoom in, you can actually see. Just zoom in a little bit and show you. You actually go over the line, so there should be, I can say, like about 1 millimeter space where they overlap, and that makes sure that you don't have, when you have two full areas next to one another, that you don't have a gap when they go onto the embroidery machine and they stitch out. Go around the bend there.
Philip, I'm going to go too.
I'm listening. Are you?
I said I'm going to go too. I missed the beginning of this, and none of it's making any sense to me. So I'll just watch the video later.
Okay, that's fine. Is it Judy? Okay.
Totally lost.
All right.
No,
I'm here.
Virginia.
Oh, Judy's still there. Okay.
This is Virginia.
Virginia.
I saw
Okay.
your message too late to get in.
Okay. 100% Virginia, not a problem.
And
You say you'll pick it up on the video.
yeah, when are you loading the video, tonight or tomorrow?
If all goes well, I'll do it.
It's there.
Upload tonight before I go to sleep, so it should be up and should be there tomorrow morning. Otherwise, if they,
How is this?
I'm listening.
Isn't it already there? I mean, I've seen part of this.
Yeah, this part one. Part one of
on
this.
what's already uploaded.
Part one of this is already uploaded, so we're starting with part two now. Just going to
Okay.
add on and add over, and make sure that we have.
Oh.
So it's the second part of the screen.
Oh, I didn't know there wasn't. It wasn't
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So we're doing the second part of the same design today. Is there any questions on that first part that you had that I should address?
No. When I got the right software, I had a different software, but it worked just the same. That is a great trick.
So that worked well. What
What
software?
software did you have?
It was something, it was called Advanced Drawing. I tried to find out who the manufacturer was, but I don't know. I think it came with some clip art that I bought, WMF clip art.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
But each color was an object, so you could remove it.
That's good. That's good.
Just like you did.
Yeah. If you have that and you can control each control section on its own, it just makes that much more of a difference. Because if you can't control that, you basically have lost all your tools there. My other half uses the Benina software, and
I think it was a Broderbund clip art, so a bundle that I've had for years. So I think that's what it was, a Broderbund.
that was actually part of that, eh? It was part of the
I
clip
guess
art
so.
that you
It's
bought.
been too many.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only explanation I could find.
Okay, and I need to now go and edit this column so that I can move my start point. My start point and end point. When you do this and you move around, you need to make sure that your start point and end points is not on the same place, because it will have that jump stitches for you. And you know it's annoying if you go and do your embroidery and you have to cut and trim and cut and trim. The lady that taught me, over and above the time-consuming part is it's also the chance that you might make a mistake somewhere and you can cut some other thread, especially if there's satin and all that involved. So the lady that taught me,
We've all done that.
yeah, we've all stitched our fabric together underneath the hoop as well. I'm fairly sure. The lady that taught me on the Ascavana software. And she said,
that's what I had first.
Yeah, she said you must be able to make sure that the customer never have to cut if possible. And again, if possible is the message there, because it is not always possible to digitize in such a way. But yes, if possible, make sure that the customer doesn't have to use their scissors. Okay, I'll finish this design in total and have that up a little bit later this week, and you can stitch it out and give me comments on the stitch out as well. And I will also leave the full EOF file for you so that you can actually go and look at that EOF file and work with that as well. I just want to go through that area there. What's the time? Where's the time?
It's there now. I downloaded that. Are you going to do another one?
No, the one that's there, the first EOF one, you can actually go and, if you want to, you can use that one as a start. and just call that up
Okay.
and work with it, or when I'm finished with this one, I will upload this part 2 EOF file as well,
Okay.
and you have the full EOF file where you can go and change things, look at all the actual, the important thing is why the EOF file is nice to upload it, is you can actually go back and see what I did in the parameters of each section.
Right.
Because if you can go into the parameters, you can find out what the digitizer thought when he did the design. I'm going to put the endpoint there.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Most of my students in South Africa, if they have a problem with the design, my first thing is this: please send me your EOF file. Before you do anything else, just send me your EOF file, because if they send me the EOF file, I can just from that get an idea of what they were doing and what they were thinking at that point.
Very helpful.
We're going to have a look and see
What you're doing.
that one is not nice. Go parameters there. Look and feel, I think, works fine. Is Candy online tonight?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw you logged on, but I haven't heard from you. I haven't heard from
Yeah, I
you.
finally got here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Is this the dog we digitized?
No,
No.
this is another one.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we're going to go for the last color. I'm going to go for the dark brown. And I need to move around that whole area. Okay, that's fine there. Ladies, you say there's no questions on the last class anything on the previous class, part 1 of this. Were you quite happy with it? There was no questions or nothing that was that we could have to handle from there.
Yeah, I was